you are going to learn how to greet people effectively in conversations. Good greetings are the fundamental opening of every social and even professional conversation. Our focus is going to be on professional settings, but you can use good greetings in any interaction in your life. And I'm here with Dr. Julian Miravel. We co-authored a book together called Positive Communication for Leaders. It's built around a 6-part model that Julian created years ago, and it's the backbone of this video series and our book. In fact, this is video number 2 in a series of 7 videos that we're putting out over the next several weeks. We hope you stick around for all of it. Today, we're focusing on greeting people with intention and all the power that comes from opening conversations on the right foot like that. So first, why are intentional greetings so important?
So Alex, greetings are important because they're at the heart of human connection. Interactions that start with simple things like good morning, it's good to see you, or even and how are you matters more in the world of leadership than we think. When you greet other people, you literally acknowledge their existence. A greeting says, I see you. I know that you're there. And more importantly, it cues to the other person, I want to connect with you. It's me moving in the direction of others. So while greeting is a small behavior, we know that it can have an outsized big impact, because the ultimate goal of positive communication is to create high quality connections, a word developed by Jane Dutton, a professor emerita at the business school at the University of Michigan. And these are short, positive interactions that have a range of beneficial outcomes for both people and their cultures. Greeting is moving in the direction of other people and making it possible to start those high quality connections.
Now, if you think greetings are too easy, too simple to study and practice, I'd like to say more about how a good greeting is much more than simply saying hello. A greeting serves a number of functions, especially in a professional setting. So greetings open up a sequence of communication between two people. Someone has to make the first move. And if you've ever been sitting there in a room where people haven't greeted each other and got to know each other, it can be very difficult to feel comfortable around them because they're unfamiliar. But a greeting starts the communication sequence. Greetings also both define and affirm people and relationships. Moving in to say hello, when you do that, you're demonstrating that you're open, approachable, you're willing to engage, that you care about other people. This is one of the reasons why when employees at the lower levels of the pyramid, so to speak, feel so honored and cared for when a high status leader in the organization actually greets them, knows their name, says hello, because it says to the employee, the follower, you matter. I care about you enough to pause for a minute and greet you. And greetings also, third, help you build a bridge to achieve a specific purpose. So beyond the social connections, when you're in the workplace, you greet someone as just the beginning. And it's understood that there's probably some task collaboration that's going to follow that greeting. And you can't get to the task until you have a good opening to the conversation. So a greeting just sets the stage. It's just the beginning. But what happens, Julian, if we don't greet each other with intention? Let's look at the other side of the coin.
So, Alex, when we don't greet each other with intentionality, first what happens is the relationship is hurt, right? Without communication, there is no relationship. Without greeting, there's no quality connection. But if we don't pay attention to these details, interaction can quickly feel awkward. I'm sure you've been in a situation where you say hello to somebody and the other person doesn't respond. And suddenly you feel, wow, what just took place here? I feel totally alone and isolated from this encounter. A second thing that happens is it feels disrespectful, right? So if we're walking down the hallway and our boss is not even seeing us, is not even acknowledging us, we feel disrespected in some form. So being attentive to that detail really matters in the world of leadership. And then finally, we have not caring. Most of us, we want to be valued. We want to be loved in some way. And greeting is a small way of showing to people, hey, I care about you. I want to see how you're doing. And when we pay attention to it, we can start to transform what the relationship's all about. Greetings help us connect with each other relationally, and they create a stage for working together even more effectively.
Now, you probably know a good greeting when you see it, but we're going to spell it out for you so that you can do it more consistently and reliably. There are 4 elements of a good greeting, here they are. First, it has to be authentic. You have to actually care about other people. If you just give a default automatic greeting, they're going to feel that it doesn't come across as genuine. So you have to muster up your actual care for other people when you greet them, and then it'll feel more authentic and you'll form a little connection. Second, you have to do something verbal. You have to say hello, hey, how you doing? Good morning. How was your weekend? Verbalize your greeting. Don't just nod at them. But third, nonverbal is also important. You nod, you make eye contact, you pause and orient your shoulders toward the other person. And four, be patient. Don't rush your greeting. You have to take that extra couple of seconds to greet them effectively. We believe that greetings are a literal leadership behavior because, as we wrote in our book, Positive Communication for Leaders, it's a leader's responsibility to initiate connection with their people. The leader, in other words, sets the tone. So, Julie, tell us about your example you were sharing with me the other day.
Well, I just had a wonderful visit with a Japanese executive. I was in Costa Rica and we just found each other really at a restaurant, and we ended up kind of talking and engaging in conversation. And as I got to know him, he shared his whole leadership story. And really, it was one of sadness. He realized that he was isolated. He realized that he was not treating his people particularly well. In fact, he said, for most of my career, when I would go to the office, I would walk straight through the hallway. I wouldn't even say hi to people. And I would go to my desk and straight to my PC. And even when people went to see him in his office, he'd be working away, typing at the computer, and somebody would come and he would say, okay, thank you. Barely make eye contact and barely engage. And he said, as a result of that approach, he lost a lot of respect. He lost a sense of connection to people, and it had consequences. And he said, now I'm having a paradigm shift. I realize I cannot just be a boss talking to objects. I have to be a leader from person to person. And he started to implement some of what we're describing, which is moving towards others and asking how they're doing and checking in with colleagues. And when people come into the office, then you respond positively to the first part of the greeting. And he noticed that those relationships started to grow. And not only that, but his leadership approach grew as a result, and his influence, of course.
Wonderful. So here is your challenge, your application for this video, anybody watching, so you can get on the right path. First, make a list of 2 people in your organization that you either don't know, but you want to, or that you know you need to connect with more. Next, give each person a call or a quick visit in person. You can do this on email if you must, but we really think face-to-face or a phone call is the best way to start forming a real connection. Next, give them your best greeting and simply tell them that you wanted to check in and see how they were doing. Next, make a little bit of small talk and then see where the interaction takes you. And at the end of the conversation, there may be a need to follow up, and you can make a plan to follow up later. That's your challenge for this video. Start greeting people well, do it with intention, and start with 2 people who you can identify specifically. So this is the second video in a series of 7 videos on positive communication. For leaders, we invite you to watch all 7 videos. We're going to put links to all of them once they're all posted in the description below, along with a free email class series that you can sign up for that mirrors or echoes and reinforces what we're talking about in the videos. And of course, you can pick up a copy of the book on Amazon if you'd like. Links to all of that is in the description below the video. So we'll see you in the next video, where we're going to talk about the importance of asking questions, a critical leadership behavior. We look forward to reading your comments in the comment section below. Until next time, thanks, God bless, and we will see you soon.